Hey, welcome to class. My name is Nora. Today we are doing a 45-minute restorative class for side body length and release. For today's class, we'll need two blocks, a yoga strap, a blanket or towel, and a bolster. Please know that you can substitute any of these things. If you don't have a bolster at home, go grab a couch cushion or a memory foam pillow. If you don't have a yoga strap, grab a towel or a belt or a scarf. If you don't have blocks, grab stacks of books. And yeah, blanket or towel you should have readily accessible. When you've got those materials together, you can start the playlist in the video description and we'll meet on the mat. So today we're going to begin with one of my favorite side lying setups. We'll need one block at the top of the mat. This is going to hold your head. You can take your other block and place it just off of the mat on the tall setting, and this might hold an upper arm if we want to reach it overhead. Then you'll take your towel and maybe you have it folded up like this. If that's the case, you can just fold it in half again. We want it to be about the size that will fit between our rib cage and our pelvis. This is what we're going to lay on top of. If you have it unfolded a bunch, fold it up 2 or 3 times and then kind of roll it into a little folded roll. And then we'll place our bolster to the right side of our mat. We're going to be laying on our right side. You want that bolster on the right side of the mat. So to come into this, you'll lay down with that towel roll right between the pelvis and the ribs. It might overlap with the ribs a little bit, and that's okay, but we definitely want it above that pelvic crest. The bottom arm you can slide out in front of you, and you'll lay your temple on the low block. Straighten out your bottom leg, but then bend your top leg and bring it on top of that bolster you've set in front of you. And then a couple of options with the top arm. You can either rest the hand on the floor. You can also reach the arm overhead and find that tall block that you placed and let it rest there. And you'll find immediately that when we come into this, this isn't a particularly comfortable setup for the bottom side body. It's not meant to be comfortable. What it is meant to do is to give you some feedback on that bottom side body. So as you're inhaling, you're letting your top ribs, your left ribs spread out and widen. We're stretching all of the intercostal muscles that live in between the ribs. And as you exhale, let the body melt over the top of this towel. Let the towel take up more real estate in your side body. Let the towel press your bottom ribs up and into the body. So one side body is lengthening and one side body is shortening with the help of the props that we've added in here. Notice what you're bringing into the mat. This has been a heavy time for many of us, regardless of what's been going on in your personal life. Whatever you're feeling here is absolutely allowed. So often in our modern day lives, we numb ourselves, we distract ourselves, we dissociate so that we don't have to feel the bad things. But the hard part about numbing ourselves is that we can't selectively numb. So we numb ourselves to not feel the bad things as deeply, but then we also can't feel the good things as deeply. And when we step on our mats, we have an opportunity to come back to feeling everything and allowing ourselves to really feel it in the breath and in the body in a way that we don't normally have time or space to do so in our real lives. So if you need to laugh or you need to cry or get angry or feel upset, there's space to do all of that here. Breathe a little bit slower so that you have more time to push air out and really let the towel dig into the bottom ribs. And then you have more space to take a deeper breath in so those top ribs on the left side can expand and spread out. Here for about 1 more minute. The arm that's overhead, you can bring it to the floor right in front of your chest. Push down into that hand and slide your bottom elbow underneath your shoulder. Rest for a moment on your elbow for a moment, so noticing the changes and the shifts that come with these poses. And then we'll move into the other side. So from here, you can press up towards a seat, bending your bottom knee. And all we have to do to set up for the other side is move this bolster to the left side of the mat. You can come down under the left elbow, left hip. Place the towel roll between the pelvis and the rib cage on this left side body. Bottom elbow extends out, drop the head onto the low block. Straighten out the bottom leg, bend your top leg and place it on the bolster. And then that top arm comes all the way over the ear. Place it on the block overhead if you like, or you can always rest that arm on the side body or bring the hand to the floor if you prefer. But I do recommend that you take the first few breaths to lengthen out this right side. As you inhale, reach that right arm long. You can push the hand down into the block. And as you exhale, melt out over the towel roll underneath you. I'm going to read you a little bit of something that resonated with me this week. It goes like this. It's by Maria Andrew. I am washing my face before bed while a country is on fire. It feels dumb to wash my face and dumb not to. It has never been this way, and it has always been this way. Someone has always clinked a cocktail glass in one hemisphere, someone loses a home in another, while someone falls in love in the same apartment building where someone grieves. The fact that suffering, mundanity, and beauty coincide is unbearable and remarkable. Unbearable and remarkable at the same time. If there are big feelings coming up for you here, don't stuff them down or shove them away. Dive deeply into them. And if that feels really challenging to dive in, know that we do have a tool available to us to make feeling everything a little bit easier. And that tool is our breath. We have two parts of our nervous system. We have one side that activates us for fight or flight, for quick thinking during times of stress. And then we have the other side of the nervous system that's for resting, digesting, and relaxing. And the cool thing about these two sides of our nervous system is that they're connected to our lungs. The upper part of our lungs, the upper lobes, are connected via nerves to that fight or flight nervous system. That's when we're breathing shallow and fast. The top of the chest makes us feel a little bit more anxious. We're activating that nervous system to make quick decisions, think on our feet. When we breathe deeper in the lower part of the lungs, we're activating that rest, digest, and relax nervous system. So the good news is that we can actually influence how we're feeling by how we're breathing. If you breathe a little bit slower and a little bit deeper, you can allow the body to relax, and then there's more space and depth for you to process and feel whatever is going on inside of you right now. So breathe slow and breathe deep. You're here for one more minute. Bring that arm that's overhead, place the hand down in front of the chest, push into the palm and slide your bottom elbow underneath the shoulder, rise up on the elbow. Give yourself a moment to pause, notice how you feel and what's changed. And then you can bend your bottom knee and press yourself all the way up to a seat. And we'll remove the props from the mat, except for our two blocks. We'll come to sit up on those two blocks. You can also sit on your bolster if you like. I kind of like a firmer seat for what we're going to do next, but that's up to you. If you really like sitting on your bolster, you can do that. Bring your strap nearby. We're going to use it in just a little bit. We'll warm up the shoulders a little bit. So typically when we think about carrying tension in the body, we think about carrying it in the shoulders and in the hips. But the spaces that connect those two parts of the body, the shoulders and the hips, are our side bodies, and they can carry a lot of tension too, which is why we're bringing some attention to them today. Let's start really simply. You're going to take right arm out to the right. You'll rotate the palm up to the sky, and then rotate the thumb down to the floor. If you look at your elbow pit and your bicep, you'll see that they're rotating here as well. And that means that we're not just rotating at the wrist, but the whole arm is rotating at the shoulder joint. Let's go once more. Then turn the palm up to the sky. Reach the arm all the way up alongside the ear, and then bend the elbow and try to pull the thumb down behind the head as far as you can without letting the head dip forward, keeping yourself sitting up nice and tall. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. Bring the arm down to parallel. We'll turn the thumb down towards the floor, and then bend the elbow and try to lift the thumb up the back body as high as you can. Take a breath in. And out. Release the arm. You can give it a little shake, and let's do the left side. Left arm out to the left, rotate palm up, and then thumb down. Palm up, and thumb down. Notice any clicking, pain, weakness, or shaking one side or the other. Remember that shoulders and hips are going to be different side to side because we have a heart on one side of our body and a liver on the other. And that means that we're asymmetrical from the inside out. Rotate palm up to the sky. Lift the arm all the way up overhead. Bend the elbow and pull the thumb down behind you as far as it'll go. Keep the spine up tall. Take a big breath in. And exhale, release. Bring the arm parallel to the earth. Turn the thumb down. Bend the elbow and try to lift the thumb up your back as high as you can. Big breath in. And out, let it go. All right, let's do both arms. Take them out to the sides. Rotate your palm up on the right hand. Rotate your thumb down on the left hand. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Take your left arm down. Bend both elbows and reach back behind you as far as you can, pulling the fingertips towards each other. Inhale, we extend. Exhale, we bring to parallel and flip. Left palm up, right thumb down. Inhale, reach the left arm up, right arm down, and then bend deeply. Both arms, try to lift and pull your fingertips towards each other without letting the spine round or your head tip forward. Big breath in. Exhale, bring it back to parallel. Turn right palm up, left thumb down. We're doing 2 more each side. Reach and bend, pulling fingertips towards each other at the center of the spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower, swivel, left palm up, right thumb down, bend, reach, and then bend. Take a big breath. Exhale, extend. Swivel, rotate right palm up, thumb down, 1 more each side, reach, bend. Inhale, extend. Swivel, left palm up, right thumb down, bend and reach. And release. Let's bring both arms to parallel. You're going to make fists and turn the thumbs up to the sky. Inhale, both arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, bend the elbows, connect the knuckles, and then try to pull your thumbs down behind you as far as you can. Again, chest stays upright. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower the arms. Turn the thumbs down. Bend the elbows, connect the knuckles behind you. Lift the thumbs up the back as high as you can. Release. Inhale, lift, thumbs up. Exhale, pull the thumbs down as the knuckles touch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower the arms, turn the thumbs down. Connect the knuckles as you bend the elbows. Inhale, lift the thumbs up as high as you can, pushing knuckles into each other. Exhale, lower. Inhale, thumbs up, reach. Exhale, bend the elbows, knuckles touch, thumbs pull down behind you. Last round. Inhale, lift. Lower, thumbs down, bend the elbows, tap the knuckles, lift the thumbs, breath in. Exhale, lower, give the arms a shake. Let that go. All right, let's get into a neck stretch. You'll reach for your strap and unfurl it if it's rolled up. Now you're going to take that strap and place it over your right shoulder. Take your right arm out to the right, turn the thumb down, bend the elbow, reach behind you, and grip the strap that's behind your back. Your front arm comes across and grips the strap that's in front of you. And now you can adjust how much you feel here. If you pull your back hand down, you'll feel less in the shoulder. If you pull your front hand down, you'll feel more in the shoulder. So know that you can always adjust here depending on how high that back hand is on your back body. Pull your right elbow back in space and then drop left ear to left shoulder. And you're keeping pressure on both hands pulling down to glue that right shoulder down onto the back, and we're stretching this whole right side of the neck. You might already feel plenty of sensation, or you might need to turn your chin down. And then try turning your chin up, all while keeping that left ear heavy the whole time. Somewhere along this rotational path, you might find a spot that makes you go, that's a lot of sensation. You're going to pause there and breathe. We're going to take some big breaths together here, so get really empty. Take a big breath in through the nose. Whoosh it out through the mouth. Breathe in. Push the air out hard and fast. Last one. Go chin to chest. And gently lift the head back up to center. The hand that's holding the strap in front, you're going to lift it all the way up, pass it behind your head, and now take it over your left shoulder. Once you're there, we're going to take this left arm and we'll reach it all the way up to the sky until the arm is straight. You might pull your back hand up your back body more, or you might let more of the strap slide through your hand as you reach up to the sky. Up to you how much that right shoulder can take here. We're going to circle that right shoulder around for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse, go the opposite direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slide that shoulder down. Take your left arm, punch up to the sky. And then we side bend all the way over to the right. Now, if you're feeling wobbly here, you might need to step your feet a little bit wider for more stability as you side bend all the way over to the right. As you breathe in, punch upwards with your lifted arm. And as you breathe out, side bend a little bit deeper. Right? Breathe in, punch upwards, find length on the left side. Breathe out and drop that right shoulder down towards the right hip. Final breath. Exhale, bring it back up to center. You can lower the top arm down. You're going to release both hands from the strap. Your right hand comes up on top of the right shoulder and slowly circle that right elbow around for 3, 2, 1. Reverse, go the opposite direction for 3, 2, and 1. Set your elbows on your knees. Open and close your hands a few times, just releasing the tension that builds up when we're gripping the strap for long periods of time. Let's get into the other side. So the strap is already on your left shoulder, which is perfect. You're going to take the left arm out and rotate the thumb down. Bend the elbow, bring the hand behind the back, catch the strap. Your free hand comes across and holds the strap in front, and then you decide how much you want to feel here by how far you lift the back hand up your back body. Pull the elbow back in space. Both hands are pulling down on the strap, and then drop right ear to right shoulder. You might already feel plenty. If you want to go hunting for sensation, chin turns down towards the floor. And chin turns up towards the sky. No rush. Find somewhere you want to pause and take some deep breaths. We'll get really empty. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out, let your facial muscles relax. Keep pulling that left elbow back, 2 more. Fully in. Fully out. Fully in. Fully out, nose or mouth. Go chin to chest. Lift the head back up to center. Take this hand that's in front, you'll lift the strap up and over behind the head, and you'll pass it onto the right shoulder. Then we'll reach the right arm all the way up to the sky. You can either reach up and straighten the arm, carrying your back arm a little bit higher, Or as you reach up, you can let more of the strap slide through your hand so the bottom arm stays where it is, but you can still stretch this top arm to the sky. We stay in this position with the arms, but we're going to roll that left shoulder around for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse your circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath in, punch upwards with the right arm, feel the right side body lengthen. Exhale, reach all the way over to the left. Again, you can step the feet wider for more stability. The breath in lengthens the right side body as you reach up even more. Exhale, left shoulder drops towards left hip. That left side body gets a little bit shorter. Take one more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the arm all the way down. Release the hand that's behind you and bring it on top of the shoulder. Circle the elbow around for 3, 2, 1. Reverse, go the opposite direction for 3, 2, 1. Elbows on knees, open and close your hands. Nice. Let's set the strap off to the side. And you can come off your blocks. We're going to sit our butt on the floor. If sitting on the floor is a little bit uncomfortable, or your butt's feeling a little bit sore, those sitting bones are sore, you can always place your towel underneath your hips here. We're going to take the right leg out to the right and fold the left heel in. Now, that doesn't mean the heel has to be close to the groin. The heel can be out here. The heel can be tucked in, whichever feels more comfortable to you. And we're going to move into a little bit of self-massage. You want to have your blocks nearby. So you're going to take the right hand out to the right and lean a little bit to the right. So we're getting a little side bend. And then you're going to make a mitten hand with your left hand. So your fingers together, but your thumb is separated. And you're going to use this space between your thumb and your index finger to massage this left side body between the top of your hip and the bottom of your rib cage. And all I'm doing is taking my fingers and my thumb and I'm squeezing together and working up and down that side body a little bit. And you'll see what I'm doing here. I'm getting skin to skin contact. So I'm even going to roll my leggings down a little bit. And I'm going to massage all the way up to the bottom of the ribs and work my way all the way down to the top of the hip. The skin-to-skin contact is going to give you better grip. It's also going to create a little bit more heat in those tissues that we're massaging here. Yeah. Go for another 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come upright. The hand that you had out to the side, you're going to bring across and press into your inner knee or inner thigh. Then we're going to lean to the left. And now you're going to use that same hand to massage, and these tissues are no longer on stretch, so things will feel a little bit softer. And what you can do is take your fingers and kind of dig into the space right above your pelvic crest. You can use your fingers and dig up underneath your ribs a little bit. There's lots to explore here. Let this be intuitive. We don't have to be professional massage therapists. We're human beings with a body that we've lived in for several decades. Do what feels good. Notice the tissues that feel denser. Work a little bit more on them. Go for 3. Side bend a little bit deeper. 2. And 1. We're going to come upright and we'll come into a nice long hold and a side bend. So you'll take one of your blocks to start and you'll place it inside your right thigh. If you have the block closer to you, you won't have to side bend as far. It's a little bit easier. If you take the block farther out towards the heel, you'll have to side bend more. It'll be more challenging. Also know that if you put the block on the taller setting, you won't have to bend as far to reach it. A little bit easier. If you put the block on the lower setting, you're going to have to bend farther. A little bit more challenging. So lots of different ways to adjust for the level of support. You're going to place your right elbow on that block and then rest the right side of your head in your hand. It takes a few minutes usually to find the level of support that you like, so feel free to play around with block height, block placement. You can also bring in more blocks if you have particularly tight side bodies. You're not able to side bend as far. Give yourself more height. It's there if you need it. And then let's talk about what to do with the other arm. Number one is an active option. The arm comes all the way overhead for a big reach. This helps expand these left ribs, gives more space and expansion as you breathe into this left side. Other option, which is a little more passive, is to place the hand on the left inner knee or left inner thigh and press down. Should give you some nice feeling in the low back. We're breathing for about 2 minutes here. Remember to breathe slower and breathe deeper so that you're flipping on your rest, digest, and relax nervous system, taking you out of fight or flight and giving you more space and depth to feel what you're feeling. About another minute here. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, maybe you take the block down a setting, maybe you slide it a little bit farther away from you. Your free hand, your left hand, bring it to the floor right in front of your groin. Press the floor away and lift yourself up, and we'll take an easy twist. Left hand behind the seat, right hand outside the knee. 3 rounds of breath here. If it's hard for you to reach the floor, if you have short arms like I do and you're up on your fingertips, you can take a block and lift the floor to you so that you have something to press down into. And come back to center, and let's move towards the other side. So you can lean back into your hands, extend your legs out. You might bounce the knees a little bit, windshield wipe the toes in and out. We'll keep the left leg out to the left and we'll fold the right heel in. And again, it can be far from the groin or it can be close to the groin. If your heel is off your mat and it's just resting on hard floor, you can also always put a towel underneath it for a little more support there so your heel doesn't get tired. Start with a self-massage. Left hand behind the left seat, lean over to the left. Right hand makes the mitten hand, and you're squeezing up and down this whole right side body. Try to get that skin-to-skin contact. Work all the way up and down in this space. So all the way down onto the top of that pelvic crest. Feel it underneath your hands. And then working your way all the way up to the very last ribs that you can feel. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come upright. Bring the left hand across, press it into the right inner knee, right inner thigh. And then you're going to side bend into the hand. And you're going to use the softened tissue now to dig in a little bit deeper. digging in inside of that pelvic crest, maybe even getting your psoas a little bit. Again, digging the fingertips into the side body, that soft space, and then maybe even taking the fingers and inserting them up and under bottom ribs if you can. There we go. Breathe slow and relaxed. If you're breathing short and fast, your tissues are going to tighten up. It's going to be very hard to dig into the side body here. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to come up and we're going to take the deep side bend hold, bring a block or maybe 2 inside this left leg. We set the elbow down on the block. We place the head in the hand. You decide how close or how far you like the block, how tall or short you like the block. Right arm can either reach overhead for the active stretch, allowing the right ribs to spread out and lengthen a little bit more, or make it more passive by bringing that right hand down to inner thigh or inner knee and pushing down lightly. Again, we're here for about 2 minutes. For your last minute here, you might choose to set the block on a lower setting. You might choose to slide a little bit farther away from you, asking yourself to come into a little bit of a deeper side bend. And bring your free hand, your right hand to the floor in front of your groin, press down, lift up and out. We'll take it right into the twist, right hand behind the seat, left hand outside the knee. Option to lift the floor to you by placing a block underneath your back hand. 3 breaths. And come back to center slow. All right, we'll set up for our final resting Shavasana. Place both of your blocks at the top of the mat on the low setting, a little bit wider than hip width apart. These are going to hold our feet. Grab your bolster and place it slightly in front of those blocks. This is going to hold our knees, the backs of our knees. And then reach for your towel. You're going to unfold it about halfway. And you're going to take the edge of it and you're going to roll it up in like a little taquito roll. Again, you're just going to go halfway. Okay, to about there. And this is going to hold the neck. So, if I can get this towel to stay. It'll stay once I lay my neck on it. All right. Swing the backs of the knees over the bolster. Let the heels rest on the blocks. And then recline back and place the neck on the towel roll. with the rest of the towel supporting the back of the head. And then we're here resting for a few minutes. I like to tell students that out of all of the postures that you'll do in a yoga class, Shavasana is the hardest pose. And you might think that I'm being funny or sarcastic, but I mean it. It's the hardest pose to do because it's the easiest pose to do wrong. And there's only one way you can do it wrong, and that's by leaving yourself, by thinking about what errands you need to run tomorrow or what you're going to make for dinner. Shavasana is the pose where we are meant to feel it all. I'm going to read you a little something that resonated and that I hope resonates with you here in this Shavasana. This is from Louise Erdrich's novel, The Painted Drum. Life will break you. Nobody can protect you from that, and being alone won't either, for solitude will also break you with its yearning. You have to love. You have to feel. It is the reason you are here on earth. You have to risk your heart. You are here to be swallowed up. And when it happens that you are broken or betrayed or left or hurt or death brushes too near, let yourself sit by an apple tree and listen to the apples falling all around you in heaps, wasting their sweetness. Tell yourself that you tasted as many as you could. And with your next breath in, take a big inhale that fills every wrinkle and crease that lines the interior of your lungs. And sigh it out. Inhale to a full body stretch, arms overhead, lengthen through the toes. Exhale, slide the soles of the feet to your bolster and roll to one side. You can end the class laying on your side or press up and meet me in a comfortable seat. And as usual, end with gratitude, either pressed palms at heart center or hands folded over the heart. And today we end with gratitude for this deep well of feeling that we carry with us through our lives, particularly our capacity for empathy and compassion. It's what makes life extraordinarily beautiful and extraordinarily heartbreaking. And it gets to be both. Take a deep breath in and share your gratitude with your space. Thumbs up to the third eye between the brows. We bow forward in reverence to each other. And together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your practice with me. I hope that this class definitely lengthened out your side bodies a little bit and also gave you space to feel whatever it is that's moving through you right now. If you like the class, please leave me a comment, give it a thumbs up, or subscribe to my channel. Until we meet on the mat again soon, stay well.